I wouldn't even lift my pencil at my office for 250 baht. I probably wouldn't even answer the phone. I'd have the secretary, would you put it on speakerphone, will you? You know what I mean? A 30-year-old thinks, oh, I'm old. I'm an old woman. And I'm going, my daughter's older than you, for Christ's sake, you know? Hey, I'm back. I already forgot what I was talking about. I'm reeling over, God, are they going to have, because I check out in the morning, which was supposed to be the 2nd. I've already confirmed the car for 8 in the morning to go to the airport, to Bangkok airport. And I've already checked in online with the airlines, right? And the staff all know that I'm leaving, and I knew all the staff would be. One of them in particular, Thursday is her day off, the one that usually cleans my room, right? And I'm a tipper. Shoot me, okay? I tip. These people work 12 hours a fucking day for 250 baht. I wouldn't even lift my pencil at my office for 250 baht. I probably wouldn't even answer the phone. I'd have the secretary, would you put it on speakerphone, will you? You know what I mean? Seriously. But, oh, you hear, Thais are lazy, man. They're always just sitting there on their phone when I'm at Robinson's or Taiwatadu. Well, fuck, if you're there for 12 hours a day and you're waiting for a customer, what the hell are you going to be doing? So they don't give a shit about that, because they always want them young, 25-ish or something. And on their resume, they put their picture, their date of birth, all the shit that you can't do in America, right? Because it's, I'm not even going to think of the word. You know what word I'm thinking of. God dang it, I think it begins with a D. But anyway, it's just, so they think, a 30-year-old thinks, oh, I'm old. I'm an old woman. And I'm going, my daughter's older than you, for Christ's sake, you know? Okay, so back to me reeling about the room, my flight, my taxi service. Am I gonna get a room? Am I gonna be able to get a room here? Same room I stay in every frickin' time. Because when I book it, I put any other requests, I say yes. Boom. They see my name when it spits out of the machine, right? Oh, Mr. Mitch, come back, right? And I say, I want X number room. Because it faces, I can see part of the water, right? There's a condo complex right behind me that blocks 70% of the view, but I can still see the island, right? Like right now, I can see sand, okay? Yesterday, I couldn't even see the effing island. It stopped raining, by the way, but I'm not moving. But so I'm reeling over all these, God dang it, oh shit. And of course I'm thinking, fuck, another surgery. I mean, my bad eye was 100,000 and my good eye was 130 because it progressive. Now, if it was just cataracts alone, which they replace it just makes absolutely no sense to me. When they do cataract surgery, they replace your lens with an artificial lens at the same whatever you are. Okay? But I elected for, no, I need this, and because I can't do a regular because I won't see shit still. And I want progressive over here because I'm tired of freaking glasses. I want to be able to jump in the pool right now on impulse. I don't want to, put my glasses over here or go in from a warm to cold place or cold place to warm place and fog up. Even with anti-fog shit, they still fog up. And I don't, and then scuba diving, I don't want to buy a mask with corrective lenses in it. Screw that shit. I want to be able to see clearly now. The rain is gone. Okay? So I'm reeling over this. I don't know how many 15, 20 times I've said reeling, but I'm going, fuck, make a decision. Where I guarantee you, most people would have been going, fucking goddamn it, fucking shit, why the fuck, they'd have been angry at the doctor. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again now. A fucking wagon wheel has a hub, and it has spokes pointing out. Those spokes point inward as well. Okay? So I blame my body. It's not like I chose it to do something. My body, my eye is a certain way, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles, okay? But today, the clouds had a silver lining. I go in. Of course, on the way, I'm going like this, right? I'm reading signs. And I'm still nervous as shit, right? I mean, I said confidence is low. I was afraid that, God dang it, what happened if it moved? I was like this last night. Had my eye guards on, I'm looking at the fucking ceiling. I shit you not. I had some line calls, but they got to look at the ceiling too. Up and down, because I was breathing, right? And I had my portable speaker. It's on the bed, but you can't see it. Just a little black, it's about yay tall. It's about the size of a coffee cup, but cylindrical. About 3.5 inches tall. 3 inches in diameter. Just a Bluetooth speaker. They have really nice ones that are waterproof now, but this is a long time. This lasted me a long time. But I use that because my right ear, right, is good. Well, has some hearing, and this one has none. So back to the decision-making process. I just say, yes, let's do it. Let's do the surgery on the 2nd, which is Thursday. Okay, like I said, I had my day screwed up. Like I just screwed them up a few minutes ago. So today, Friday the 3rd, I go in 20 frickin' 20. Dude, I'm just stoked. And I have to go hit the rack, face up, and stare at the ceiling. I'm gonna in the middle, somewhere in here, I'm gonna slip a picture in. It's not gonna, there won't be any music, there won't be nothing, it'll just cut and then cut. There'll be 5 seconds of silence. But it's gonna show you what I saw. It's clean. What I saw on the way back in the bold. I mean, it doesn't even, I have a white ceiling, okay, there's your hint. Here I have a white, off-white eggshell, number 72-3, right? Sherwin-Williams, no, I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna slip that in. I hope I remember. But I'm also reeling because 110,000, 130,000, 110, 130. Now they gave me a discount. I didn't ask. Okay. Now I got a discount on my prostate because I was self-pay. It was considered pre-existing condition, right? Dude, the insurance company is just a fucking money-making machine. Rule number 1 on their boilerplate is deny. Rule number 2, deny again. Rule number 3, this guy's becoming an ass. He's thorn to my side. Deny. And then when you get down to 4, then they start talking to you, okay? So I'm worried about price. They said, sit tight. The surgeon was plugging all the shit in, what she needs, right? In her office, just right around the corner from me. She plugged it in the computer. I said, what am I waiting for? To the nurse. And she says, oh, she make full price. And I go, okay, all right. She's putting in, okay, I'm going to need this, I'm going to need that, I'm going to need this and the other thing. And then she said, make sure the hospital is going to call you with a price. And I said, okay, so I'll turn my ringer on, okay, because I always shut it off when I'm in business like that, right? So I turned my ringer on, okay, good. And maybe 10 minutes later, ring, and I says, Swaddy Cop, hello, Mr. Mitchell? Yes. So now you know my last name. I don't care. Google me. 40 to 45,000 for the redo. For starters, I was like expecting 100, So I'm like, wow, I'm pleasantly surprised. So, do you understand? And I said, yeah, I understand. 40 to 45,000. Yeah, I concur. I confirm. Yes. So then, boom. I hear the phone ring in the surgeon's office. She picks it up. Boom, and she says, you're scheduled for tomorrow at such and such. Okay, which was yesterday for the scheduling part, for the actual surgery date. So surgery yesterday, follow up today. Follow up went over the top. I'm still not gonna be all confident. I'm gonna go lay down. I gotta put my drops in again, and then lay down and look at the ceiling and listen to some podcasts that I already have set up in my playlist, and then some Rush and some maybe the Manhattans or something, okay? Because I don't know why right now I'm typing in the Manhattan song. When I woke up, Kiss and Say Goodbye was just in my head, and I didn't hear it yesterday or nothing, but it's, the guy talks like this, in the beginning of the song, he says, this has got to be the hardest day of my life, blah, blah, blah. I called you here today for a bit of bad news, blah, 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 blah. And then he says, let's just kiss and say goodbye. And then it says, then the guys in the back doing that like they did back in the day all together. I've got to meet you here today, right? America's Got No Talent, and I'm talking about a specific prick individual in Washington State. Fucking piece of shit. Anyway, maybe that's why I haven't gotten any emails lately. But no karaoke, no dancing for me tonight, no bar hopping, nothing. Okay? Tomorrow morning will have been 48 hours face up. Well, Saturday, I'm going to be the same thing, man. I ain't pushing it because I have an entire hotel staff. I don't want to sound like a freaking at my beck and call. I mean, they're like, if you need anything, call. If you need anything, call. In fact, the lady, when I came back and I said, how'd it go? I said, bad. I have to have surgery tomorrow. Oh my God, what do you do? I said, it just happens. I says, I have to stay here now until X. Okay, what room were you in again? I told her. She said, okay. She said, probably cheaper on Agoda. And it was $11.54 a night on Agoda. And I showed her $11.54. She said, oh, $800. It pays to be nice, okay? I try to be nice because I like to be nice, because you get nice back. I wasn't looking for a gimme, but I got it. But here's the other one. So I paid 45,000 baht before I went. I went up there, they dilated, did all kinds of pictures and shit, okay, all the prep. And then the next thing you know, they're wheeling me down to the cashier's office. Okay? Not where you pay at the cashier desk, but the cashier's office. Their sign says something information office. Okay, it has to do with financial information office. He rolls me into there, and there they lock up my valuables. My specs that I have left here, but my wallet, my passport, my bag, everything. Lock it up. Obviously not my clothes, because I'm going to have to go upstairs and change. So they lock it up. They give me a key. I put the key in my pocket. And then when I get back up to, okay, we're taking you to surgery now, I go to gown up. They take your shoes off at this line. You walk into the clean area, and they take your shoes off. They're wearing gloves. And then they grab a pair of Crocs, my size, and slip them on my feet. And they roll me down to they put a head dealie on me, a hairnet, which I kind of like the looks of it. But they put that on me, and then they wheel me down. You're okay to get up? Yeah. I said, yeah, I have my eye worked on, not my leg. Yeah. Okay. So I go in and I gown up, and then back in the chair. Hey, do I have time to take a leak? I didn't use those words. Yes, you can use the toilet. So I go in, and I'm not allowed to look down, right? Not put more pressure on my eye. So I love that sound when it's, hitting the water right away. Dude, I'm so happy with my prostate surgery. I don't give a shit if it was 1 million baht. I'd be ecstatic. So that surgery will outlast me. It will burn up with me. So anyway, TMI, fully functional down there. Everything works. I mean, all the bad things that can happen with that type of surgery did not happen with me. So I'm happy about that. But back to the 45,000 that I paid. Deposit, right? And that's when I said to the lady at that, where they charge you, I said, don't I get a cash discount? She says, I can't do that here. And then immediately it dawned on me, because it could run over. I could end up having to go into having them put me under and having me stay at night. It's going to cost more money, that kind of thing. So they're not going to give me a refund then, right? It's after the fact. So when I'm checking out yesterday, from my surgery, not the follow-up today, but when I'm checking out after my surgery, they had me lay down for an hour. Normally they just put you in the wheelchair. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya, right? But no, they said they wanted extra time. So, and she comes in, and I fell asleep, right? She said, it's been an hour. If you want to sleep some more, you can. And I said, yeah, I kind of do feel like sleeping, but I kind of look, you can see, the windows are fogged over, but I can see it's dark, getting dark out. So I said, no, I'm okay. I'll go ahead. I'll go now. And then she gave me more verbal instructions, including paper. Right? But remember, you're not supposed to do this, not supposed to do that. Okay, fine. Now here's the coup de grace. The surgeon waived her fee in its entirety. And her 5 nursing staff waived theirs. Now, they don't have the capacity to say, yeah, I'm going to waive mine too. What they did is they took a half a day, because you book it for 4 hours, even though it's 1 hour, actually 20-minute surgery, but they book it for 4. That's the minimum. So they booked the room for 4. So what they did is they took half a day of their own paid days off. All 5 of them. Dude. Okay, so basically what I paid for was breathing the air in the hospital, using the $3 million machine, even though she's hand cutting, but all the equipment, you know, they lease all that shit. They don't buy it. They lease it, just like any other hospital does. They don't buy big shit. They lease it. So anytime that somebody uses it, it gets a check mark, right? And they pay it on their lease, right? They're paying so much a month at lease, they pay it. So they got to amortize that per customer. So I paid for the different machines that tested me. I paid for the big machine that did all that. The linen that has to be washed and all that shit. But the entire staff, her entire team, gave up their wages for me. And it cost me $19,000 for the hospital. Dude, I blown away. Absolutely blown away. So I have even if it was $100,000 bought, I would still be praising Bangkok Hospital Pattaya and their fucking staff. You know, I wanted to get a bunch of pictures and shit, but some of them don't like to do that, and I didn't want to make them feel uncomfortable because some would and some wouldn't. So, but I got names. I made notes of a couple of names. I'll tell you a quick one. I never can tell it's a quick story, but never mind. I'll save this one for another day. All right, it's been too long already. I gotta go lay down. All right, I appreciate all of you. Thank you for watching. Bye.